Ladies and gentlemen, we are about 35 minutes removed from WrestleMania 34,
WrestleMania
the
34.
granddaddy of them all.
The grandest stage.
The grandest stage. I'm joined by the Canadian Destroyer Mitchell.
That's me. I'm both the Canadian Destroyer Mitchell and the California Kid Mitchell.
Yo,
I'll take both titles.
wait, hold
I'm okay
on.
with that.
I'm sorry. Brandon's looking at me like he's gonna kill me. The Canadian Destroyer Brandon. I'm sorry. I just watched like 7 hours of wrestling.
And it was great.
And I'm joined by the California Kid Mitchell.
I'm right here.
And for some reason, he is the other half of the Bulletcast champion.
I'm always the other half of the Bulletcast.
So we both got the same amount of predictions right the whole weekend. So
we are both the champion?
We are co-Bulletcast champions.
So
my reign continues.
Let me just say,
you just hopped on the board.
Let me just say, being co-champion, I'm co-champion because of two reasons. I'm co-champion because, one, Charlotte broke the streak. And I'm co-champion because, two, Rusev lost. And Jinder Mahal is champion.
If Roderick Strong wasn't an asshole, maybe we could have been a three-way tag.
Roderick Strong is my savior.
Undisputed, baby.
He's part of the Undisputed Era, baby.
So, breaking down WrestleMania, we hitting the pre-show, or what are we doing? We going to the main card?
Let's hit the pre-show.
Pre-show?
Sure. I didn't watch any of it.
All right,
well,
so
I watched it. I didn't really,
the
pay
Woken
attention.
Wisdom has won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. The match lasted 15 minutes and 45 seconds.
Wait, which match?
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Lasted how long?
15 minutes and 45 seconds.
That's fair. That's fair.
Let's
go Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. The Bray Wyatt thing was probably the best part of it. You know?
Your boy, Ziggles, he had a good showing.
Yeah, but of course, it didn't get the job done.
Nope.
Damn it, Vince. All right.
I was too busy getting pizza and chicken wings.
Me too.
I believe you, man.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, dude. All right, then we move on to Cedric Alexander. He defeats Mustafa Ali to become the Cruiserweight Champion, 12 minutes and 20 seconds.
That was a good match. It was a very good face versus face match.
Oh, Mustafa Ali's entrance was amazing.
Yeah, they kind of.
I was too busy getting
Graves.
pizza and chicken wings.
It's okay, man.
It was a good match.
It's all right.
I would have preferred Mustafa to lose, or to win, but I understand why he lost. It was kind of a I'm the underdog babyface loss. I get it. I get it.
Cedric Alexander, my boy, Black Power ranking. I'm throwing him on.
Yeah, I know you will. It was a good match. It was a very good match.
All right,
bye.
Naomi.
Bye, people.
Yes, bye.
We got some friends from our WrestleMania party. They are departing.
All right.
Filing out.
Yes. Naomi, she wins the Women's Battle Royal.
The Ovaries Cup.
Yes. 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
I was so happy that Bayley won.
I'm happy that
Naomi just comes out of nowhere and screws it all up.
It's weird that they just threw Naomi in at the very end, but it's all right. Yeah, we are recording the podcast. It's all right.
It's okay, man.
Yeah, you can. Wait, Angie's in my room.
Mitchell, I already told you there's a little mute button.
Yeah, there's a mute button, and we can still hear you, regardless.
I mean, even if I press it.
He's very loud. Loud white people, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I didn't really understand the finish of this title, of this
Battle
Royal thing that happened, because there's no real... It's really hard to talk when there's people talking. Anyways, I didn't really understand why you had Naomi win, because there's no real story behind it.
It was just random.
It was just like a shock, like, okay, Bayley won. And Bayley was like over when she did that. It was like, it would have been a nice little surprise ending. Yeah, and then Naomi comes and gets like no pop.
If you're going to have a random babyface win the match at the last second, have Becky win it.
It's true. That's very true. All right, we're going to the main card and the match that opened the show. I got this right. So I get an extra point and I keep my title without you, right?
No.
Okay. Fine.
I got my own matches right. You got your own matches right.
I got
we
this
move
match
on.
Right. I got this match right.
Yes, you did.
One of the few I got right.
Look at you. All right, so the Kingslayer, Seth Rollins, goes on to defeat The Miz and Finn Balor in a triple threat to win his first Intercontinental title.
It was a fun match.
Completing the Grand Slam, becoming the final member of the Shield to win the Grand Slam in 15 minutes and 30 seconds.
It was fun. I guess Finn drops off after this because we've already seen Finn and Seth fight.
Can keep going. I don't know.
We've already seen them face each other 3 times.
But they can keep going.
I'd rather see Seth and Miz face off.
But Miz has to go be a daddy now.
But
Gotta get that daddy baby bonding time.
I guess. We've seen Finn and Seth.
He could be like the king of the hill. Work when the baby's born, take the paternity leave off in a year, and then cash it in then.
Oh.
Shout out to the King of the Hill. See, I pay attention. I listen to people's stories.
All right.
We know.
I love it.
It was
I
fine.
enjoy
It was a good match.
It was great. And then we move on to the shocker of the night.
Oh, the shocker, please. I called it.
It was
The shock.
I
was
knew
the
it
end
was
of the
coming.
match. Was the end of the
the
night.
end of, well, yeah. All right, so
Streaks don't last in New Orleans.
they don't in that building. So Charlotte goes on to defeat Asuka by submission to retain her SmackDown
tap
Women's
out.
Championship 13 minutes and 5 seconds.
I knew she was going to.
Wow.
It was what was going to happen. Okay, Asuka's streak has to end. That's the problem. Asuka's a great character, but her character is beyond her streak. Her character is better than her streak. She has to lose so her character can continue on. This needed to happen. This needed to happen since NXT. I'm glad it happened now. It was a great match.
Charlotte's the one.
And it was a great figure 8,
Yeah.
figure 7?
Figure 8.
Figure 8? Her arm, she did it one-handed, a one-handed figure 8.
Figure
It was
7.5,
It was
okay.
beautiful. With the blood running down her arm, it was gorgeous.
When she tapped, I was like, no.
I would believe if Charlotte and Asuka fought again, I would believe Asuka beating her because it looked like it took everything that Charlotte had to beat her. It was a great match. Honestly, it was close to my match of the night. Probably 3, maybe 4 of my match of the night.
don't
It was
know.
close.
Oh my god, I forgot to give the grades. Go back to Rollins and winning the title. I give it an A. I give the match an
You
A.
give it an A?
I give it an A.
Maybe like a solid B. I mean, it was
I give it
fun. The crowd was really hot, which is always going to happen for the opening
Yeah.
match.
B minus. I'm sorry. It was all right. It wasn't that great.
I like the
I
finish.
watched Takeover
I like the
last night.
finish,
It
yeah.
wasn't that great. It was B minus.
All right, so but Charlotte,
Charlotte and Asuka.
I give it a B plus.
I give it a B minus.
I give it a B plus.
B plus to A minus. Really close there. Maybe an A minus.
Yeah. But yeah.
Are you going to let me talk?
Oh, go
You're just
ahead.
going to
What do
run
you give
right
it?
over me?
What do you give it?
I'd give the match overall an A. I really like the match, but
Me too.
I can equate it to the Undertaker Brock Lesnar thing because the build itself, I didn't like the build. They didn't really build it around Asuka's streak. It was just like, okay, it was more like the AJ Nakamura build. Like, oh, they're gonna have a great match. Come and watch the great match. They didn't build it like these two behemoths going up after each other. And then when Asuka won, I didn't think it was gonna happen because they didn't really build Charlotte up to be this big challenger for Asuka, even though we all know that she's one of the best in the company. But I do equate it kind of to Brock Lesnar beating Undertaker. So kind of out of nowhere, they didn't really build it like they should have. Because Asuka, I mean, how long has she been with the company? 3 years. She hasn't lost at all.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just, not it's a throwaway loss or whatever, but I don't know. I thought they could have done better.
Streaks, they don't last in New Orleans, man.
Nope.
I'm telling you.
They don't.
All right, so we
I
move.
just said that.
I'm
Taking my lines.
They don't last in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Are you happy now?
Sure.
Something new.
Fine.
All right, so my boy, the modern-day Maharaja,
Your boy.
Jinder Mahal,
This was my call.
is the champion of our country. He goes on to defeat Randy Orton, goes on to defeat Bobby Roode, and goes on to defeat Rusev. Happy Rusev Day, ladies and gentlemen.
Pinning Rusev.
Pinning Rusev to become United States
was just-
champion. 8 minutes, 15 seconds.
This was just a heat match. It was to get heat on Rusev.
It-
They
I-
knew
I like-
Rusev was popular, so they have Mahal pin him, get heat, move on. That's it.
I gave the match a C.
Yeah,
Gave it a C.
same.
So if Rusev was never in this match, like, was he just involved just to take the pin?
Yep.
Well, because like, there's no real. Who's Jinder Mahal gonna beat if Rusev wasn't? In
He
the
was
match?
going to beat Bobby Roode, who's the face,
So
but they
Randy Orton
realized that Bobby
was a
Roode wasn't a
transitional
good
champion?
face. So they got.
So Orton was a transitional champion at this stage of his career.
Yep.
They just gave it to him so everyone could be a Grand Slam champion. They're just giving Grand Slam championships away like it's nothing
I'll
now.
take a Grand Slam championship, you know?
Shout out Denny's.
Yeah. Oh, man, shout out Dennis.
It was Jinder Mahal.
it was the Maharaja. All right, and then after that we go on to Kurt Angle and Rowdy Ronda Rousey defeating the Game Triple H and the Billion Dollar Princess.
This was the
Stephanie
worst
McMahon.
match I ever loved.
Yeah.
It was not great, but I loved every second of it.
20 minutes and 40 seconds.
Jeez, I did not realize it was that long.
It was great.
Match was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
Ronda, she looked all right.
All right. Ronda looked great compared
she
to
looked good.
everybody else. Because everyone else looked slow as molasses.
I mean,
Everyone else is old and past time and out of their league.
or just green in terms of Stephanie.
Yeah,
Stephanie
or-
is old. She's 40.
It was her first match at WrestleMania. She was nervous.
We spent like 10 minutes watching Kurt and Triple H,
That's fine.
and it was slow and it was boring. As much as I
Hunter
love
doesn't
both of
wrestle
them.
a fast style.
Okay, but Kurt does, and he
He's
didn't.
old. Look, Kurt.
It was boring.
Kurt's not.
It was a boring 10 minutes.
Kurt's not Kurt Angle. You know, he's not.
Yeah, and
Not who I remember.
and Paul Levesque isn't Paul Levesque. It was boring until
I enjoyed it.
Ronda Rousey was the best part of that match, and she was 1/4 of that match.
And then we got Hunter and Ronda. You know.
Oh, it was
squaring up.
great
Oh, now you like something Hunter does.
because I love Ronda.
Are we just
You
gonna
never watched her fight.
No, I haven't.
And he's
but
wearing her T-shirt right now.
But she won me over in WWE.
I don't watch UFC or real sports, but I watched Ronda fights.
What was that? What was that supposed to be? Real sports.
It was quotation marks.
Is that supposed to be like a shot at real sports?
I don't. What are you
While
talking
you're
about?
wearing a
I will tell
real
you.
sports
I will
hat
tell
on
you proudly. I don't watch sports. Not real sports. I just don't watch sports.
But, I
Thank
mean,
you. That wasn't degrading towards sports and athletes.
The focal part of this match was, of course, Ronda Rousey seeing how she would do.
She did great.
Good. She did good. It was alright.
I'm so excited to see her face anybody else.
I know she could sell. I was like, what? I was shocked a little bit. What did you
She
think?
can sell like no one else.
Thank you for throwing it to me. I appreciate that, Phillip.
All right.
But Triple H basically, his entrance, it kind of gave away that we weren't going to see American Badass Undertaker because they spent all the budget for the motorcycles on Triple H.
But those were trikes. It wasn't.
Well, the girls, the badass ladies were actually riding on real motorcycles.
Ah.
But I do agree with Mitchell. This match it wasn't great technically, but it was fun. The Triple H Kurt Angle portion was slow and terrible, and we thought it was just going to build to the hot tag to Ronda.
Which is what it did.
Yeah, but then it didn't just like end like that. There was like another 10 minutes after that.
Yeah.
And all the rules were just thrown out the window. Like Ronda was
Yeah, I thought
attacking
it was
Triple
a
H.
tornado tag team match at one point.
Even
Yeah,
though
it
they didn't
just
start off
jumped
like
into
that,
that.
like Ronda was attacking Triple H and Stephanie was attacking Kurt, and like it was just all over the place.
B minus.
Yeah.
I mean, I give it a solid B plus to an A just because of the expectations. It's like Ronda Rousey's debut match. You got two old timey people. You got Stephanie, who's
You know what?
never really had a match.
I give it an A.
I'm not gonna.
All right, you do you, man.
I give it an A for how well she did.
She did a great job.
I give it an A.
I'm giving it an A. I'll give it an A too.
I would say 3 out of 4 of the members of that fight dragged her down.
I mean, she's gonna move on to like Sasha and Bailey and stuff like that. So
She better.
She'll be fine. She'll be all right.
I kind of rolled my eyes when she was wearing the leather jacket and the kilt.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Oh, that
look,
was great.
Honestly,
Shut
I
your
thought she was
mouth.
gonna come out like in a hoodie, like UFC. You know, I thought she was gonna do that, but she did the
No,
Roddy
you're-
Piper thing.
I loved it. I loved the whole Rowdy Piper thing.
I mean,
The
I
jacket
feel,
was fine. The kilt, I was like, it was like a miniskirt kilt.
It was like a schoolgirl
I
kill.
feel like
was
it's,
into
I mean,
it.
not to be mean, I feel like it's kind of pandering a little bit. Just like she's trying to be she's trying to be Rowdy Piper. Like
I mean, she can't
just
be rowdy.
Just be Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Like I don't mean
Just
she
be
doesn't. She doesn't have to be exactly UFC Rousey where she's in a hoodie and all that stuff. She didn't even have mean face on really. She just kind of had smiley face Ronda, which is like one of her 3 emotions.
Yeah, just be the badass that we know from the UFC. All right, so the Bludgeon Brothers, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, first pieces of gold on the main roster.
Well, they're silver, but whatever.
First pieces of hardware on the main roster.
Okay, that's
They go
better.
on to defeat the Usos and the New Day to become SmackDown Tag Team Champions. 5 minutes and 50 seconds.
We had, I mean, we kind of talked about on the podcast, like we had sort of high expectations that this could be a possible show stealer. It could be really good if they really wanted it to be.
Nope.
That is not what happened. They
Nope.
just really put over the Bludgeon Brothers real strong. They kind of got, I mean, how long do you say it lasted?
5:50.
5 minutes. I mean, they kind of got in and
Really
out.
boring.
They had some hope spots. Bludgeon
Yeah.
Brothers won. I don't have any hope for them being a over tag team.
Nah. AOP call up. See them on SmackDown.
Probably.
Yeah, they could be
Tomorrow night, Monday night. We'll see.
They could be transitional champions, honestly. You know?
Yeah, I could see that.
I give the match a C.
C minus.
Yeah, it was just there. The Usos, they got on the main card. They gave them that.
Are we not going to talk about New Day's entrance
Oh, okay. Let's get into
with the short
entrance.
stacks?
I forgot about the short stacks. I think one of them was mini Boogeyman and mini Kane.
It was
It was interesting.
fun, but it alienated non-wrestling fans.
We didn't even talk about the 3D imaging they used and the
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
lasers.
so
what
weird.
All that.
It was like something like out of like 2001, just like,
Actually,
It was real bad.
super bad.
The lasers they used later on in the show, they were kind of cool. We're gonna
No,
get
no,
into
I'm not
that.
talking about. I mean, yeah, the lasers in the ring were cool, but like when they put up the big old pancakes
Yeah,
and
I
the,
don't
and the
know about
Oscar
that.
match. You know, hold on. Shout out to Miz. Miz had the best entrance using the 3D printing, where it said like, you know, A-lister and hot wife.
Oh, that
that
was
was
great.
great. Shout out,
Hot
Miz.
wife was great. Hashtag hot wife.
Not hot Asian wife though.
No,
hot,
Just hot wife.
hot wife or
Yes.
hot white wife.
It-
Hot white wife.
It was amazing, you know. Hot white wife.
I mean, Carl Anderson has hot Asian wife, so
You got to specify hot French Canadian wife. All right, moving on. Moving on. No, yeah,
Please.
but the Bludgeon Brothers, it could have been something.
Move
better.
on past that match.
Well, I think, I mean, how long the show lasts? Like almost 5 hours. If this match lasted 15 minutes,
It was over 5 hours.
Definitely should have, you know, cut some time off something.
All right. After that, the Undertaker made
Well,
his.
hold on. You got to say it in order. Somebody went up to John Cena sitting in front
okay,
row.
yeah, we gotta get that.
The referee goes and talks to John Cena, tells him something. Cena runs backstage for some reason because, you know, I thought he's a fan. How is he able to jump over the ramp?
I know.
But then he goes to the back. All he does is supposed to change shirts and change shorts, but yet he takes like an hour and a half to do so. And then he comes down to the ring, and then we get a false finish, I guess, with Elias, and then Elias comes out, sings,
I love Elias.
and then
Love him.
Cena buries
Love him too.
Elias, and then he goes up the ramp.
And
then-
the lights go off, and the coat and the hat were in the ring, and then the lightning comes, and I'm like, oh, what are we getting? And then the lights go back off, and Mitch will take it away.
This is the lowest common denominator. This was the shit storm of an Undertaker revival. This was the worst they possibly could have done. This was continuity thrown out the window. This was storytelling at the level of the Hobbit, the Five Armies.
I
this
have no
was
idea what that means.
the worst possible
like a Lord of the Rings
outcome
reference?
they could have done. I'm sorry. This was shit. It was. This was awful. This was The Undertaker mixed with an Elias promo, which is fine. I love Elias, but he deserved to be on his own. This was John Cena being squashed by a spiritual Undertaker who's too old to do another match. We were promised the man, The Undertaker, and we were given some
You know,
weird hat and coat
Can
revival.
I throw the challenge flag? Because you guys said it was going to be a match. This wasn't really a match. This
No,
was basically
this
a
was
squash.
squash.
This was a segment.
It was a match.
This was a segment.
No, it, wa-
It was a
def-
squash.
Matches
definitely,
aren't
it was
segments.
definitely a
A
segment.
segment is like a promo or something terrible like.
Do I get like half a point
A
because
wedding.
do I get like half a point because Cena had a segment?
No,
with
you
Elias?
got the bell rung. It
Damn
was
it.
a match.
It was
Damn
a
it.
match.
I
All right,
tried.
look, The Undertaker goes on to defeat John Cena in 2 minutes and 45
This
seconds.
was awful.
One of the quickest matches of his career, probably the quickest match of his WWE career, I might say.
That wasn't a squash match, even though this was a squash match.
Yeah,
I mean, Taker looked good physically.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know, like, if you put him in the ring, this Undertaker last year at WrestleMania, if it would be a better result.
I don't know. Quick shout out to Cena for the selling of. He goes for the five knuckle shuffle, hits the ropes. Taker sits up.
That was corny as fuck. That was super corny.
I-
that was a Scooby Doo
I
reaction.
popped and I was like, haha, that's
That was
funny.
super-
That-
It was funny, but it wasn't
it,
good.
It was funny. It was good funny.
It was
I
corny.
enjoyed it. Shout out to my boy John. But yeah, so the Undertaker, John Cena. What are we grading this bad boy?
So
D.
the whole thing.
The
The
whole
Elias thing.
segment.
And
I'm
Elias.
talking about the Taker Cena.
I mean, a B minus. It was. I mean, the match
but a
itself
B.
was like sort of enjoyable, just because it was just like throwing everything at you. I mean, but it was like
It was one of those things where like you got some annoying guy calling you out, so you go, you kick his ass, and you shut him up.
I
And
just
you
want to
move
know.
on.
I want to know what they do after this because
Yeah,
Cena's whole thing is like he wanted this. He wants the spot at WrestleMania. Then he
Rematch at
loses.
35.
He's been losing so many times and he loses again. Like, does he just?
Cena was kind of heelish, grabbing the referee.
Yeah,
As
hold
of
on.
tonight-
Shout out John Cena. Saw Blockers this week. It was pretty good. It was really good.
Oh, really? I
It was,
might have to
it was
go,
a great
we should
movie.
go check it out.
I guess we should. As of
You see-
tonight,
you see John Cena's bare ass. If you want to see that.
I don't want to watch that now.
as of tonight, D.
Oh, really?
D to D minus.
Well,
This
I-
was the lowest that I possibly could have imagined.
Hey, man, I give a match on this card a D as well, but we're gonna get into that later
I think.
on.
I mean,
Okay.
I think if you just look at it in total, if you
I
have,
think we might give that same match a D.
if you have like a
see.
25-minute Undertaker John Cena match in total, like we're looking at a 5.5, 6-hour show.
Yeah.
And that just drags the crowd even more down. And I mean, you
Plus,
probably
it
would
doesn't
have.
do that much damage to Taker's body for the match to be this quick.
Yeah, I mean, Undertaker looked good. You don't damage the Undertaker's credibility. You kind of build it up actually because he beat Cena so quick.
Exactly.
But I mean, if you look at the card, maybe you cut something, but I don't know what you cut. Maybe the tag team match with Daniel Bryan, but like that was a super big deal.
Yeah.
Because unless you put one of the title matches on the pre-show.
Taker returned to the Superdome, avenged the ending of the streak.
Yep.
Now he's what 23-2.
Yeah. Is he?
23.
That sounds right.
23-2.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, 24.
Yeah, that sounds
24-2.
Oh, 24-2.
Because wasn't it 21-1 when he lost?
Yeah.
So then he won at 31 and then 32. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 24-2.
24-2.
24-2.
There we go. 26 manias. Impressive. All right. After that,
Nicholas is coming for him though.
don't give me.
Oh my
He has a
God.
long career ahead of him.
Don't start that. Got a lot of stuff to say.
We'll
about
get to that.
Okay.
None of it's good.
Well, okay. Apparently we're gonna have different opinions.
All right. So Daniel Bryan makes his return to where the Miracle on Bourbon Street happened, along with Shane McMahon, to go on to defeat Kevin Owens and Sammy, a name coined by Brandon over here.
Are you sure it's not Mitchell?
No, you coined it. You started.
I thought my name was Mitchell. You just looked at me and looked in my eyes and called me by the wrong name.
Well, I'm sorry. Look, the match was 15 minutes and 25 seconds.
This was by the book what it needed to be.
Exactly. Shane holding his stomach like he needed to take a pooper.
God, he's such a bad
Thought his
wrestler.
balls were gonna fall off or
I
something.
know, those punches.
So bad.
One of them, he threw one punch that I was like, "Hey," but then he quickly threw the other.
Shane McMahon's punches and Naomi's kicks can go to hell.
Naomi's kicks, they're bad.
Are awful.
They're bad.
Yeah, okay, thank
They
you.
can fuck off.
Oh my goodness.
They can.
God.
If this match didn't have Daniel Bryan in it, it would be a B minus. With Daniel Bryan,
Don't say it.
it's a B plus.
Oh, he said it.
It's a B plus.
I was gonna say it.
His hot tag made the match.
I know. I give it an A.
You give it an A?
I give it an A.
I won't, but that's okay.
I mean, it's Daniel Bryan returning to all the stuff that happened. Just returning in general. First match back looked pretty damn good.
It felt so by the books, but I understand. It
he
felt so like we need a moment for Daniel. Here's a moment for
He
Daniel.
didn't do like two of his really big moves because gotta protect the neck. The
Yeah,
suicide
Good. I don't
dive.
want to see no doing. I don't want to see no flying headbutts.
Yeah,
I
me
wanna-
neither.
That needs to go off with Shane's punches and Naomi's kicks. That can fuck off too,
Oh my goodness.
for safety reasons.
Okay. All right.
But Daniel Bryan's my boy, so I love him. I thought it was a great moment.
I've seen him live. I enjoy my boy Daniel Bryan. I love him. All right. And good thing for him.
No
going over-
turn as you guys both of you predicted or something.
Yeah,
going
no
on.
turn.
Oh,
I'm
no,
surprised.
turn happened in the show, but we're talking
Not
about
that
later.
turn.
Yeah.
I mean, they were. Cammy was beating up Shane pretty badly, so I was like, if they did do a turn, this would make absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Daniel went over.
So I knew I had this match in the book. One of my few wins I had.
Daniel went over and kissed Bree. No,
Shout out Bree.
Shout out Brie Bella.
That was good.
Looking scrumptious.
Still,
That was a
still
nice moment.
looking fine. Like
Where's Birdie?
Where's Birdie?
Yeah.
Yeah, where was Birdie?
Birdie versus Monroe versus Frederica at WrestleMania 55.
I don't know, bro. But
Hell yeah.
Brie
Versus
Bella,
Monroe. Yeah.
Brie Bella
My
was,
vote goes to Monroe.
Bella was looking fine like a red wine. All right, moving on. Moving on from that.
Thanks to Bree for this morning.
I wish I could thank Brie for this. All right, moving on. So Nia Jax, she gets some gold, first time ever in WWE.
Good match.
She defeats the Regina George of WWE to become the Raw Women's Champion in 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Completely annihilated Mickie James, by the way.
Yes.
The Monday Night MILF or Milfy James.
Whoa,
This
settle
was
down.
this was almost my match of the night.
Really?
Almost. Very close. This was almost my match of the night. This was a damn good match.
And it was fun. Yeah.
It was exciting.
It was.
You didn't know what direction it was gonna go.
Crowd was into
I
it.
would have believed either way. I would have believed Alexa winning. I would have believed Nia winning. I didn't
Brandon
know.
thought it was going to go the WrestleMania 19 way.
Yeah, having the bully or racist.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Win.
I literally did not know.
We've been through that. It wasn't
This
that
is
bad.
this is one of my few A's.
We don't want people like you holding the championship.
Hey, I'll say it. I don't want people like Mitchell holding the championship.
That's
I don't want
fair.
people like you
Whoa,
holding the
reverse
title.
racism, bro.
But all right, moving on from that.
This was an A.
Yes, it was.
This is one of my few A's.
I'm gonna
From
I'm
a
gonna-
storyline
I'm gonna
standpoint-
reel it back.
I mean,
and
I'm talking about the build all the way through.
This was one of the best builds on the card.
Yeah. And of course, The Rock's mother was there. That's one of Nia's biggest supporters.
I feel like
was
it.
good.
I feel like it dragged a wee bit. You said 10 minutes. I felt like it could have got the job done in 6. Because Alexa did attack Nia a lot, and Nia did have to sell for Alexa.
I think Alexa needed that offense. It made me wonder if they were going to give the win to Alexa.
Yeah.
But I think you could have done that with Mickey helping her a little bit.
Nope. Without Nikki, I think it was better. Personally, I think getting Nikki out of the equation was good.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. The super or the avalanche Samoan drop.
Whew.
I was like, by God, it killed him.
Yep.
But it was great. Alexa took that awkward bump like when Nia military pressed her
Yep.
and threw her. She should have just laid flat, pancaked it.
I thought
but,
her knee or ankle was going to blow out.
I know, yeah. Like they were kind of like tucked under her when she was taking the bump. I was like, that's not good.
She did some rough stuff. It was good. It looked real brutal.
I did. It was interesting. All right, moving on from that, my boy, we don't want none. The phenomenal AJ Styles goes on to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura in 20 minutes and 20 seconds.
This match was the definition of fine until the end.
It was nice.
It was good.
This match was hurt by the time
Yep.
of the show and the crowd, because
Yep.
the crowd. I think if the crowd was hot, like super hot for this match, like not saying it should have been the opener, but if they had the same amount of energy like they had for the IC title match, this match probably would have been a lot better if it was just the same match.
Yeah.
But because crowds make the matches.
Crowds do make the matches.
The match, in my opinion, was a B to B minus, and then with the swerve at the end was an A.
Yes, I really like the ending because
talk about the
Nakamura
endings.
showed that fire that I've been wanting to see for a long
Let's
time.
talk about that ending sequence, though. The
was good.
Nakamura goes for the Kinshasa. AJ does like a baseball slide into like a Boston crab and quickly turns into the Styles Clash. I was like, hey, that's
It was nice.
That's
It was
something
really,
new.
really nice.
AJ had a little bit of the power offense. We don't get to see that because he's normally wrestling bigger guys. But of course, at the end, it looked like this two guys from Japan, kind of like the Finn.
Well,
AJ
what they
thing.
did in Tokyo Dome, they did the same thing.
Yeah,
they
it looked
hit
like
the fist
that.
bump.
Yeah, there's two guys, paying homage to each other. Shinsuke got the title and got on his knee. I'm like, is he proposing to him? Like, what's going
Hey,
on?
two proposals in a row,
Like, what's happening? But then, of course, the low blow happened. Shinsuke,
Well,
Shinsuke a sore loser, eh?
Yeah, of course he is. I think Shinsuke will benefit from being a heel.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
he was showing good fire. He looked like Japanese Shinsuke.
Stop doing that. So is he gonna stop walking to the ring all weird, or what are we doing? Is he
No,
keep
that's
doing-
part of the heel persona. The heel persona is gonna be a cocky
No, people
frick.
were booing Shinsuke. I was like, wow.
I think it's more they liked AJ. Well, at the end, of course, they were booing him, but I think it's more they like AJ more than they like Nakamura, because Nakamura just hasn't been built up like he should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is amazing.
Oh, of course, he's the best wrestler in the world. We already know this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed the sequence for the whole thing, match, and the whole thing after. I give it an A.
Altogether, I give it an A as well.
It was as Booker T would say, good.
I give the match a B minus.
Oh,
I give the after part. I give the segment afterwards an A plus.
you're giving B minuses, but your favorite wrestler's a B plus player.
He's not a B. Triple H is a B plus
Okay,
player.
hold. I don't know about all of it.
Triple H is the
All right,
definition
all right,
of.
all right.
Let's get back on track. Really back on track.
Listen. Nicholas is up next. Let's talk about Nicholas.
Okay, the dumbest thing that has ever happened at WrestleMania. Worse than Hunter going over Booker.
Hot takes out here.
All right, it was stupid. It was atrocious. Vince. I don't think Vince called this one. I think he let Road Dogg or P.S. Hayes do this one. It was stupid. Braun Strowman comes out to the ring for the tag title match, the Raw Tag Team title match against the Bar. Doesn't have a tag partner, so he points at the crowd like, "You, one of you." So I'm thinking, oh, a wrestler's gonna be in the crowd. Okay, who's it gonna be? I'm looking, I see like No Way Jose. I think I saw EC3, but then he picks up some little boy who I thought was a girl. I thought it was a girl.
We don't judge. We don't judge.
Up until he said his name. All right. And so that happens. And by the way, this match was 4 minutes total.
On the spot.
On the spot, So that happens. And I don't know, like Cesaro and Sheamus, they got in quite a bit of offense on Braun, more offense than I'm.
Well, you forgot Braun Strowman got to destroy more stuff. He threw the Mardi Gras thing off the stage.
Oh yeah, of course he did that.
And he had whatever those things are called, the big heads, just run away screaming.
Yeah, whatever those people were dressed as. Anyway, yeah, so they get some offense in on him. He tags in the kid.
Hot tag to the kid.
Kid doesn't do a damn thing.
Well, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna give a Dana Bryan, hot tag?
Oh, of course. I that's what I want. I would expect that, But then he tags back in Braun. The kid was just in the match for a minute or whatever. Braun hits
Hey, he better hold up Vince for a nice payday.
Braun hits the power slam on Cesaro, walks out tag team champion. As far as I'm concerned, Braun Strowman is the tag team champions.
Yeah.
He's just one guy holding the title.
Yeah.
Because
I figure every week from this point on, he calls a random person to help him
that
out.
is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You know,
So what you're telling me is that David Arquette can be world champion, and then some random fan week to week can hold one half of the WWE tag team titles. When am I going to be the Intercontinental champion?
When you're good enough to beat Sheamus and Cesaro on your own.
I can do that in my sleep. But what are we doing here? This makes no sense.
okay, I liked it. I think just because where it was on the card, it was second to last match. We know it was the last thing before Roman Brock. It was fun. It's kind of like turn your mind off, just enjoy it. The crowd was, it got the crowd energized. The crowd was dead for AJ Nakamura, and this got them excited for something because they knew it was stupid, and they
the
can.
crowd be dead for. They don't respect wrestling then.
Well, after being in there for what 7 hours,
7-hour show.
probably hammered drunk by then.
Still be juiced. Still be energized. Still be going.
Really?
It's
Have you been to a WrestleMania that's been like 6 hours long? It gets tiring.
I'll go to the one in NY and I'll let you know.
Yeah,
after,
I'll
like,
go too.
8 hours. I'll let you know how energized I was.
I get tired going to 3-hour Raw.
3 hour. I wish Raw was 5 hours, but that's a different
Oh
story.
God.
It's the commercial breaks that are the worst. But anyways,
Keep going.
This match was fun. I don't understand why you're hating on it so much. It was, I think when he chose the person, it took a little while. I was like, okay, let's try this up.
That was stupid.
He did it
too.
like
Took a little too long.
We could have done this in like 30 something seconds.
You could have had anybody. I would have. Hey, Big Show came back. Hey, that's cool. That's awesome. Two Giants as champions. I would have liked that. We could have got an NXT call up. What are we doing?
Maybe this will lead to Cesaro and Sheamus or has a plant in the crowd, and then Braun picks him, and then they lay down for him or something. Because you're not gonna have Braun lose the tag team titles by himself. I have a feeling his partner's gonna one that eats the pin.
I don't know.
They're probably gonna try to trick Braun into tagging the person, and they hold him down or something like that.
What was your grade for this?
This was like a C+. It was C. It was fine.
I think it was a B just because it was something you turn your mind off.
I give
Yeah.
it a D.
That's fine.
Actually, I give it an F.
Okay.
Terrible.
That's fine.
All right, now the main event, as Paul Heyman has been telling us for the last, I don't know how many weeks or months, it was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. The match was 15 minutes and 55 seconds. The whole wrestling world basically said, oh yeah, Roman's winning this. Vince had one last trick up his sleeve. Brock walked out champ. Brock is still the Universal Champion.
Yeah, they gave us what should have been the biggest swerve of WrestleMania, and they somehow made it boring. It was really boring.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was boring. The last one, once Brock busted him open, that's when shit got real. Then
But
it
we-
was
Yeah,
like,
the
it was
last
fun.
30 seconds of the match.
No, it was like the last 5 minutes.
I wonder how much blood he lost.
He lost a good amount.
Like, he cut him open.
It was a good bust.
So, I mean,
I think Randy Orton's more visual because he actually hit him on the forehead, so you saw it dripping.
oh yeah. Plus Orton had like a short haircut.
The facial of Roman just having it covered in blood, almost Stone Cold esque. I
Yeah.
thought it was badass.
That was pretty cool.
It was cool,
And if he
okay.
would have won like that, I would have been like, okay, which I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah, me too.
But Brock kicked out, hit him with the fifth F5. 1, 2, 3. Brock walks out champion, walks out with Heyman by his side. So, I've heard rumors that Brock's contract was up tonight. So, did they re-sign him?
I've heard it's up for in a month.
I
I heard it was up until SummerSlam.
no, I think that was the no-compete clause. Because they have like I don't know.
We'll see.
Anyway,
We will see in the
did
next
they
couple
re-sign
days.
him? Did they keep him for...
We'll see if someone beats him tomorrow night.
Brock hasn't wrestled on Raw in a very long time.
But tomorrow's the Raw after WrestleMania.
And then and he's never lost at Raw. He's never been pinned. Never lost a match on Monday nights. So that could be something interesting. Bobby Lashley comes out.
Yeah.
Samoa
Maybe.
Joe.
We'll see.
Oh.
Samoa Joe could get a clutch. Match is over. We'll see.
Brock goes on to the UFC.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I think you have to keep if Brock won, he has to have some sort of deal in place where he's going to stay for at least towards SummerSlam. Because you don't have him lose. If you're not having him lose at WrestleMania, you can't have him lose the day after WrestleMania. To a Samoa Joe, as much as I love Samoa Joe, build that up, have the buzz generating. Like, oh, okay, Brock won the title. He doesn't sign with WWE, even though they have a handshake agreement. Kind of kayfabe the internet and be like,
Yeah.
okay, but I'm really intrigued to see what happens because we all thought Roman Reigns was going to win. And it was a foregone conclusion, and it wasn't. Kind of like what they did at 31. Everyone thought Roman was winning, pulled the rabbit out of their hat.
I guess when Roman wrestles Brock at Mania, he just doesn't win.
He just doesn't win. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Roman's thing being he just can't get it.
So
on
Roman
Brock.
Reigns WrestleMania records 4-2. Brock is, I think, 5-2.
Sounds
Anyways,
right.
I think this match could have been a lot better if they cut 5-6 minutes out of it. 'Cause
Me too.
A lot of the moves was like literally all the moves they did was like suplex, F5,
spear.
Can I count it?
No.
You literally said in the exact order I was saying it.
You're welcome.
Anyways, they did like 5.
That was the whole match.
They did like 5 moves in totals. I think they had like 10 or 11 suplexes, 5 Superman punches, something like that. Just you could have had this match be 8 minutes, kind of like what Goldberg and Lesnar was last year. Just balls to the wall through everything, and it could have been. I think I enjoyed the last 5 minutes. The other 10 minutes was boring because we all knew it was happening. Roman was going to win, but then when Roman doesn't win, that's when it's like, holy shit, that was awesome.
From the Crimson Mask on, I enjoyed it. Up till then, I was really bored. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like Brandon said, the Crimson Mask that did it for me. Great.
His name's Mitchell. He said Crimson Mask.
I said Crimson Mask.
Like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Or I thought you said the blood. Okay, I was thinking you said Crimson Mask. I was thinking what you said about Austin and the blood.
I would have given it a B. The blood made me give it a B+.
All right, so overall,
I love blood. They need to. I know this is a different discussion for another day, but I think they need more blood in
Me
wrestling.
too. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
we can
they're-
have that
they're-
pod later.
I mean,
Yeah.
indie wrestling, that's a different deal. But WWE, you have the testing. You can do AIDS tests. You can do all that stuff. You can have it a controlled environment to where when, big matches like this, like Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano, that needed blood.
Oh, that
If
would have
that-
been amazing.
If that match was great by itself, but
we
if
need
it had
our own
blood,
discussion about NXT TakeOver. Let's be real.
We'll have that at another time.
maybe
Yeah,
we'll-
maybe
we'll
this
do it on
Friday.
We'll do it
Yeah,
on
you
Friday.
never know.
On Friday, let's talk about NXT.
All right, so what's your overall grade for Brock and Roman?
For Brock and Roman?
Overall grade?
Oh, Brock and Roman is a B+.
I mean, it's overall grade for the match itself. I say like a B, but intrigue coming out of this, I say A+. I am so intrigued with what they do
I
with
know.
this.
A B+ for the match. What's gonna happen on Monday? Like I watched highlights of Raw. I have to watch all 3 hours now. I need to know.
I do need to find out what happens tomorrow. I will be watching tomorrow. I was not psyched by WrestleMania, but I do need to know what happens next.
All right, so overall grade for the show, for the granddaddy of them all. What do we got?
Out of 5, out of what are we doing?
Grades.
The letters. You know what?
Let-
You know I love letters.
Letter grades.
I'm not a pussy like Meltzer. I don't do stars.
Whoa! Don't hate on my
Let's
boy.
not call out Meltzer.
Don't hate on the Bay Areas, boy.
What, Vince is gonna
he's-
bury me if I have a Twitter war
He's
with
a
Meltzer.
homeboy, bro.
Even though Wade Killer boy out over here.
All right.
Sam
What grade do you
Roberts
give
boy.
it? What grade do you give Brandon?
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, I'll give it a solid B+. It's hurt by how long it is. It's way too long.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna be
Sorry.
great. Thankful.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to Batista.
There were some great matches. There were some matches, and I think more than anything, it was hurt by what happened on Saturday night.
I disagree, but whatever.
To me, this WrestleMania was a C.
Oh,
I'm
no, it's
sorry,
not.
I know-
It was not a C.
It was a B+.
It was a C to C+ for me.
Okay, what makes it a C?
There were a lot of fine matches. There were only 2 matches I'll remember. That's the end of the story. There were 2 when we just did a best WrestleMania of all time.
Yeah,
Like,
we kind of messed that up.
I think if this is a
Tournament.
if this is in the tournament, I
match-
think this is like a 4 seed.
This match will lose in
I
its
mean,
first round.
we could do it again next year and throw it in there.
We
I mean,
could.
you never know.
This match and
I
this
mean, okay,
WrestleMania, in my mind, will lose
next
in its
year we're
first
thinking
round.
about doing best matches. What's the best match coming out of the show? I say Charlotte Asuka.
Yeah.
I like
I-
Charlotte Asuka a lot.
I say
Charlotte Asuka, that's it?
that will probably be the best match out of this WrestleMania. I will say, from me, the 3 best matches of this WrestleMania are Charlotte Asuka, AJ Nakamura, and for me, honestly, Alexa Nia. Those are the best matches, and they were great. Everything else was fine, but unmemorable. That's the problem. I won't remember anything
I
else.
think I'm gonna remember Roman in a pool of his own blood for a while.
I won't. Personally.
I mean, I'm not gonna probably go back and watch this Mania right now.
Nah.
But
I won't. I already saw Randy Orton in a pool of his own blood. To me, it falls in line with, to make Brock feel special, they have him make wrestlers bleed. Great, cool.
No,
that is how I will
I think
feel.
I'm gonna remember Brock and Roman because like everyone
I mean,
in the
the
wrestling
crowd.
world.
We didn't talk about it, but the crowd was shitting on the match.
Yeah.
There were CM Punk chants. I think there was a beach ball coming
Yeah,
out.
hey,
something.
for you beach ball marks, go home. Don't buy a ticket to Mania.
You know, I was
Yeah.
okay. You know, I know. I don't like beach balls, but I was fine with it here because Roman
Yeah.
Reigns can go suck a dick. But
You guys
whatever.
You guys need to stop playing with
Unfortunately-
balls, marks.
Unfortunately, if you say Brock Lesnar, I'm still gonna think WrestleMania 31. That's just the truth. I'm not gonna think
Yeah, the 31
34.
match was better.
I'm not gonna
of course,
think
of course.
34.
it was
Because
better.
the WrestleMania 31 match, Brock did resign, so there was a doubt of like, he might win. He might win. But this one, it was like he's not gonna win. We all know he's gonna lose. But then like when he busts him open, okay, because when he kept hitting more F5s, it was kind of creeping like maybe he does win. But then he kept kicking out, and then you just roll your eyes. And then when he hit the last one, I was like, oh, okay, that was fun.
There was just no raised stakes for me in this one. There's no point where I was like, he's gonna win. Like there was no. I needed something more. I
know what you-
needed tables.
I think there was
needed something.
I think there was a lot of high points in the show, but there wasn't like a great like
It
segment
wasn't like a
or
Hardy
match
return or anything, you know.
No.
like a great like match or
I mean,
anything like that.
I know what you mean with Brock. Like this wasn't one of his best performances of this run since he came back in 2012.
Neither of them.
Because I mean, 31. That was one of his better ones, you know. And he's had others like the one with AJ, but like this wasn't like that. But I mean, I'm gonna remember it because Vince had one last straw to pull, and he chose this one. You know, he didn't choose the big one.
Yeah.
He chose the other one.
But what happens with Roman Reigns?
I know.
Does this mean Vince McMahon finally get? Does Vince McMahon finally get it?
I-
Does he finally say, okay, Roman, maybe you turn heel, maybe you're not the number one guy anymore?
We'll have to see.
I honestly, because
Because we didn't talk about it, but they showed him walking to the back, had mopey face after they did the recap. This was like 5 minutes after the actual match ended. So I was expecting something happens, but nothing. He just goes to the back.
Carmella
and
should have cashed in.
I thought The Rock was gonna come out and laugh at him.
Yeah, I mean,
bury him.
I've made this analogy on the pod before. Like the WWE is Vince's toy box, and Roman has been Vince's favorite toy for how many years? And I think he's gotten to the point where like we're the guys who come over and like watch and play with his toys or whatever. And we're not like, the majority of them like, I don't know. And Vince is like, oh, these guys don't like my toy that I've been having for all this time. Let me see if I can get another one, you know? So I think, let me see if I can get a new favorite toy. I think that's the route that Vince is going
I think
We'll
we'll
see.
know a lot more after
tomorrow.
Raw. Because
Yeah.
what does Roman do?
Where does Roman go? Where does Cena go? What's up with Brock? Has he re-signed? Has he not? Does
I mean,
Paul
he
Heyman...
has to. I mean, was he just gonna drop it? And
We shall see.
He's gonna
All
get
I'm
Shane
gonna
Douglas?
say, a lot has to happen tomorrow night for me to be happy.
I know. I think a lot will happen. I think we're going to get some call-ups. I think we're going to get a shocking return. I think Raw after Mania 34 it'll be a good one.
what's the first thing we see on Raw? Is it Roman? Is it Brock?
I think it's Cena.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know. I think Cena goes away for
I
a
think
little
that's
bit.
the first story they're gonna have to tell.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to explain what happened.
Yeah, I think that's better after that embarrassing loss. I mean,
You get Mopey Cena, you get Hollywood Cena maybe. After this, he's like, I've done everything. I tried to beat The Undertaker. It didn't happen. Screw it. I'm just going to go to Hollywood. Maybe, hopefully Blockers is like the #1 movie of the weekend. He can just like say that and just like,
What's
screw
the
you guys.
what's the next pay-per-view?
Backlash.
Backlash.
So
Bill Brandon.
But I think that's going to be built on the Superstar Shakeup.
Yeah.
Championship decided Backlash? Because as far as I know, we're tied.
Yes, we are.
You're not champion right now.
I am champion.
Then so am I.
Okay, so we're both champions.
Because I called Charlotte and I called Jinder Mahal.
Okay. I said this at the top of the pod. We are both champions.
Good.
We're the co-broadcast champion.
So Backlash.
My reign continues. You're just piggybacking off of me.
I will hang on to that.
You're
Then
like-
my reign begins today.
You're like every other company that's not WWE. They go to New Orleans to just piggyback off.
Then
of,
if I
off
take it
of the
from you,
success.
Backlash, my reign
just remember-
started today.
You never forget your first.
Oh my God.
Yes.
All right.
First champ right here, Brandon.
That-
71-day reign.
that's all I
I'm at
got.
day 71 right now, so
April 8th, Mitchell's reign started. We'll see when it ends.
I'm keeping track of it. I have a list.
You got the
I'm
timer.
sure you do. I'm sure you have a list.
All right.
No Chris Jericho return.
No Jericho return. Boo. All right. So
I wonder if it was fun hanging out with Jericho watching the WrestleMania.
I'm sure you had a great time.
I'm sure they did.
Hopefully Jericho got just pissed
All
drunk
right.
and just buried everything.
Oh God.
All right. So that's the end of this WrestleMania analysis. Better than the one we had last year. Way better.
Happy WrestleMania.
I feel like
everyone.
we'd even like talk about everything, but yet we went 45 minutes.
We didn't talk about everything.
What else
Talk
is there to
about every
talk
match.
about?
We could have gone like super in depth, bro. We gotta be like Dave Meltzer and Wade Keller just to go on for like 3 hours talking about
Dave Meltzer
nothing.
talking about all the big things that are happening behind the scenes in wrestling in the '90s, and they were all lies.
All right,
Let's
quick
do that.
quick Dave Meltzer take. NXT Takeover was the best match of the weekend, and Ring of Honor disappointed. There you go. There's your Meltzer take.
Ring of Honor did. I don't know.
Oh, that
I-
show disappointed.
I only saw one match, so
Okay,
I don't.
the last two, it was just like WrestleMania. The last two matches were hurt by the length of the match. I think they were trying to piggyback off of NXT by having the two main matches happen after NXT, because that's
Yeah.
what I did. I think it would have been better if they just went straight up head to head with NXT, have it cut off, close to when NXT was over, and then have people go back and watch it after the fact.
Big surprise. NXT Takeover was the best match of the weekend.
Best show.
Yep,
Oh, let me get
big
my
surprise.
superstar spotlight. I didn't do it on the.
Oh yeah, what's your superstar spotlight?
Adam Cole, baby.
I will agree with that. That
First
is
ever
my
North
superstar
American champion.
spotlight for the weekend. Adam Cole.
I said this on my instant analysis of NXT, but we finally have a faction, a group
Yep.
in WWE.
And they are champions.
Don't scoff at Absolution and the Riot Squad.
No, they're
I will scoff.
Okay, like they're a group, but like we have a
Just
faction.
because they're a
We have
woman's, just because they're a woman's
No,
faction.
they have 3 people. A faction is a stable with more than 3 people. I dig it.
Really?
I love it.
Where's that say on the Wikipedia page or Webster Dictionary?
I got inside.
Are the
baseball.
New Day a faction?
No, they're a group.
They're a tag team.
There you go.
They're a lifestyle.
Either way, Friday, y'all will hear from us again.
Yes.
Full NXT rundown.
In the humble abode of Mitchell.
My house, yes.
What about my superstar spotlight?
Who's
I'm going
your
Johnny
superstar?
Gargano. Which I thought
That's
was the-
fair. That's more
that
than
was the
fair.
best- that was the
Johnny
best match of
Gargano,
the show.
Tommaso Ciampa. I will tell you on Friday how I feel, but as of now, it's one of my favorite WWE matches of all time.
Needed blood, but without blood, it was fantastic.
Tommaso Ciampa, probably the best heel in the company.
And Johnny Gargano, one of the best faces of the company.
All right.
Right now-
Candice LeRae needs to be the female version of Johnny Gargano.
Let's make it happen.
She already is, in my heart.
All right. So I guess that wraps up this whole analysis.
We'll see you Friday.
We'll see you guys Friday. I gave you guys so much content. Go listen to all of it. Regular episode, Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor,
Who needs
NXT.
Who watched the Hall of Fame?
I watched the Hall of Fame. Real wrestling fans watch the Hall of Fame.
No,
Mark
wrestling fans don't watch the Hall
Mark
of Fame.
Henry's speech was delightful.
If you love
Delightful.
if you love,
Kid Rock no show in WrestleMania. What's up with that?
Yeah, that was weird.
who cares? It's Kid Rock.
I mean, Kid Rock.
He wanted to go body slam some Democrats.
Yeah, and then
Damn-
AJ Styles going crazy, which is not a good look for AJ Styles.
Yeah, let's not do that.
And then they got the Singh brothers, Boo Boo Face, and
All right, this
America in a nutshell there.
podcast is over. To quote the loser of the leader of the Bullet Club match, goodbye and good night. Bang.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.